Hi, seventh grade. Today is Friday, September the 16th. I know several of you are quarantined, so it's really important that you stay on top of all these videos so that you can see what you're missing for that day's class for science. Okay, so for my class, we are trying to finish up your product testing project today. So hopefully you've already experimented or you will experiment today. If your partner or you are absent from class that day, what'll happen is that your partner that is here at school will go ahead and complete the experiment part of it. Your job is to submit the last two sections that we're going to work on today. So what's going to happen is in Schoology, you are working on your science writing template. You should all have a copy of that because you shared it with your partners. Okay. And then what's going to happen is that now after you actually have completed the experiment part of it, which is right here, which your partner might have done at school, you're going to move on and do this part. So it's called the claim. So the claim is the statement that you make that is true based upon your data and observations you had gathered from completing your experiment. So what do you now claim, or what do you say happened um, based on the observations that you've gathered from your experiment? Okay. Then in the next part is evidence. What evidence do you have to prove your claim? So for instance, let's say for instance you did Bounty versus school paper towel, and you noticed that the Bounty paper towel has soaked up more water than the school paper towel. So your claim is Bounty paper towel soaks up more water than the school paper towels. Then in your evidence, you're going to give me what data actually proves that. So you could say the average for Bounty is so many milliliters, and the average for school paper towel is only so many milliliters. So that proves that Bounty has a higher absorbency. And then finally, you're going to do the now I think. Okay, so can you find actual information or stories that you've read that relate to your experiment? So this is where you're allowed to go look up information in Google to prove that your statement is true. Um, you want to also talk about, does your experiment answer your testable question? Now you go back and look at your testable question. Okay, what did you do? What happens to blank if we change blank? So were you able to answer that question? And finally, if you performed a similar experiment, how would you do it differently? Okay, maybe instead you try Bounty against Brawny paper towels, okay, or Sparkle. So you want to make sure you answer these three questions in your I realize statement. Once you do that, you submit your project and you are done with this project. Okay. We also continued working on our cycles vocab. So you want to keep working on that because that is due next Friday. All right. So any questions, message me, and hopefully you get better or you're no longer in quarantine. Talk to you later.